My dear friends, welcome back. Myself, Gaurav Bharat Kumar, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of CSC. In the previous session, we have covered 6 different types of features available in SQL3. Now we will see 7th feature and 8th feature in SQL3. So we will move to the 7th feature, that is reference types and object identity. So this is one of the best feature available in SQL3 because that facility is with the help of objects. And actually in the object oriented programming language already we know what is the use of object, how to use the object. An object is an abstraction of a real world entity, or we can say it is an instance of a class. Here objects encapsulates data and code into a single unit which provide data abstraction by hiding the implementation details from the user. That facility is available in SQL3 also. Now we will see how to use here with the help of SQL, how to use the objects. Okay, now we will move to the here the reference types allow a row to be shared among multiple tables. That facility is available with the object. So first we will see how to create the object. After that we will move to how to utilize those objects. Okay, so we will create the objects with the help of the statement create type. Okay, so here a class is a template or blueprint from which objects are created. Here each and everything is observed by the class. That's why here we will mention a class is a blueprint from which objects are created. So an object is simply an instance of a class. Here please observe the syntax how to create the object. Next we will see how to utilize those objects. Okay, so already we know how to create the object statement create type. We will consider any object name. So here we will mention this is an object. So open parenthesis. Here we will consider so many fields like create table. So here also we will mention that field is related to which data type. Okay, simply how to create the table is similar to create the object also. Okay, so now we will move to the example. So first we will create the object. Here please observe the object name as person type. Here we will consider the fields as ID, number, name, phone. So this is the creation of object in SQL3. Now we will see how to utilize these objects at the time of table creation. Okay, now please observe the given example. So here I will write the creation of table syntax. So already we know how to create the table. Create table. Here the table name is contents. So now please open the parenthesis and here we will mention the fields actually. So here we will include the object here. So here with the help of contact details fields, here I will retrieve the object of person type. So in this particular example, in this particular context table, now directly we will retrieve the 3 fields because here we will use the object of person type. In the person type object we have a facility of the fields ID, number, name, phone. So simply we will retrieve all the 3 fields here. So another new field is date of birth field, that is related to the date type. Finally, what are the fields available in the context table? ID, number, name, phone, date of birth. These 4 fields are available in the context table. I hope all of you understand this example. Okay, so now we will move to the another example. So please observe here how to insert the values into that particular table. Already table creation is completed with 4 fields. First 3 fields related to the objects and another new field date of birth field. So here please observe how to insert the values into that particular table. So insert into contexts, that is the syntax for the inserting values into the table. So here simply we will use the object name as person type. In that already we know three fields are available. First field is related to ID number, second field is related to, please observe the previous example, ID number, name, varchar. With the help of these three fields, here we will insert the values. Next, fourth field is the new field that is related to the date of birth. Suppose we will consider first three fields as null fields. That means in the object we have three fields are available. Suppose our aim is just those three fields are replaced by null values. In that time we will use either this syntax or this syntax also helpful, because in the context table we have four fields. First three fields are related to the object, fourth one is the new field. So first three field information is same. In that situation we will simply use one field of information. Okay, this is the usage of objects. Now we will see another example related to the referential integrity and related to the reference types and object identity. Here please observe create type my address. That means this is the object. Here my address is the object with the fields street, location, city. Now we will see how to utilize those objects. Here my aim is to create the table with the table name people. The name, here name is the new field. Here please observe the second line, addresses. Here I am considered the object of my address. Okay, so with the help of this my address object we will retrieve the above three fields, street, location, city. Finally the fifth field is birth date. So please observe here in the people table we have five different fields are available: name, street, location, city. Fifth field is the birth date. So in the below I will mention how to insert the values into that particular people table. Okay, so now we will move to the last feature, that is collection types. Here we have four different types of collections are available in the SQL3. So collection, it collects something. Okay, so here we have four different types of collections are available. First one is list, second one is array, set, multi-set. Now we will see what is the difference between these four. Utilization is the same for all. Okay, we will see one syntax. All the four different types are related to that syntax only. Okay, so what is the meaning of list here? List is a ordered collection. Ordered means it maintains either in ascending order or descending order. Definitely it will maintain something, some order. Okay, so ordered collection. Here the list allows duplicates also. Please observe here, this is the ordered collection and it allows the duplicates also. Coming to the array, already we know the meaning of array, we have discussed several times. Array is a collection of similar type of elements. Here also we will consider one dimensional array. Okay, so here already at the time of initialization we will consider the what is the size of an array. Based on the size of an array, here we will consider the number of elements. Coming to the third one, set. The set is related to unordered collection. That means we will consider any type of order. Okay, unordered means we will consider randomly also acceptable. Okay, so unordered collection, it does not allow the duplicates. Okay, so coming to the multi-set, this is also related to the unordered collection but it allows the duplicates. Please observe the four different collection types here. Okay, now we will see one small example. So with the help of this example we will consider the remaining three also, no problem. Just we will replace the set by multi-set or list or array. That's enough. Okay, here we will consider the how to create the branch table. Okay, here I will consider the fields as a branch number, address with the help of row merging here. So here I will set. What is the meaning of set here? Please observe the previous slide. What is the meaning of set? It considers the unordered collection and it does not allow the duplicates. Okay, so here the staff type does not allow any duplicates, but here it collects the unordered collection. Okay, So this is the information about different collection types in the SQL3. Okay, thank you very much for your patience. Thank you very much for listening.